Good morning, everybody. Welcome in, my divine masculines, divine feminines, my beautiful star seeds, my soul tribe. Welcome in, everybody. I have a really urgent, important message that needed to be shared this morning. I've been feeling all this anxiety. The minute it came into my head this morning, it's like I could feel the urgency that this message needs to get out there. So here I am rushing before I have to go to work because I really understood the importance of this message. And the message that I heard this morning while I was in meditation is that the world needs more kindness. People have just forgotten how to be kind to one another. People have forgotten that all that matters is love. We are such a divided society. And I do believe COVID was kind of the biggest reason for most of the division. I noticed a lot of the rudeness got worse after COVID. And during this time in COVID, this was kind of when I really started diving into my spiritual practices and my spiritual journey. And what helped me kind of feel very connected to God or Source was near death experience videos. And one in particular really sort of resonated with me. It's a woman named Erica McKenzie who had a near death experience. And she talked about her experience meeting God. And I'm going to read something because I think it's really important. But basically, in this near death experience, God had showed her a rock, this giant rock, and he they threw the rock in the water, and they both were looking down, and she could see ripples pushing out into the world from this rock. So I'm going to read. I want to read this because I think it's really important. So, okay. At once God let loose the rock, and together we watched it fall for what felt like a lifetime. I repeated to myself, I am the light, I am the rock. As the rock drew near, I saw a vast body of water appear. And I should preface this by saying, God said to her, you are the rock. The rock is, I never remember this saying, something like, you are the rock is of the light is in you, and I am with you. That was kind of the gist of the message. So I'm going to keep reading. I saw a vast body of water appear. It was greater than the largest ocean, and it stretched so far in every direction that there were no borders. Into the water the rock plunged, and I could feel the great force of its impact. Together we watched as a single ripple of water appeared. God said, mankind is the water, you are the ripple. I watched the single ripple expand until I could no longer see it. I repeated, I am the ripple. And then God turned to me and said, like the ripple affects the water, so too does man's words and actions affect mankind. You are the rock, you are the light, you are the ripple that affects mankind. I began to comprehend its significance. Every word, thought, and action, no matter how small, affected everyone and everything. I had no idea of the power and consequences of my thoughts, my words, and actions. I knew it was imperative that I remember this if I returned to Earth. I had it all wrong. I hadn't given importance to the little things and how each of my words, thoughts, and actions affected others. We are all the rock, and the light dwells within each of us if we allow it. This light comes from the one who created us. Whoever you choose to call it, I choose to call it God. We have a choice to let the light shine or not. The stronger our connection to God, the brighter the light shines within us. This resonated with me so much. I bawled my eyes out when I watched this near-death experience. There was a truth to it that resonated in me so much, and I feel the importance of telling this message to you guys, my viewers, the watchers, whoever is going to be guided to watch this reading or this message. I don't even know if I'm going to do cards, to be honest, because I feel like this message alone is such an important message. And, take an honest look at yourself. Be incredibly honest with yourself. How many times in a day are you rude to the people around you? Do you not hold a door open for someone? Do you not thank somebody when you change lanes? Simple little things like this, you have no idea the impact that it could make on somebody else, good or bad. So if you're going around, pissing people off on the road raging, letting a door slam in someone's face because you don't want to hold it open for them, screaming obscenities at somebody that, cut you off, but maybe they're elderly and they didn't see, and you have no idea what's going on the other end. We make a lot of assumptions in a day. And then we react based on those assumptions. And then we treat people terribly based on those assumptions. And I just feel like the message today really needs to be, how does your ripple effect want to be? How do you want your ripple to affect the world? I know that I want my ripple effect to change the world, to uplift the world, to show the world that we can be loving beings. We don't have to be aggressive and rude to others to push our way through life, which is unfortunately, I think, the way that life has turned into. Everybody forcing their way through, fighting their way to the top to get those promotions and those titles. And they're willing to step over anybody to get that. Why? Is that really worth it for you to climb over all these people that you have relationships with or friendships with just to get to the top? And I'm probably going to trigger some people that aren't ready to look at themselves and do the work around this, because it is a touchy subject. And if you are someone that thinks that it's okay to behave this way in the world, you're not going to want this message and you're not going to want to hear it. But God really wanted me to talk today about how much our words and our actions affect the people around us. You are the ripple, you are the rock, you are the light. And every word you speak is a rock you are tossing into the ocean of humanity. And you are affecting the people around you just by your state of being. We are energy. Our bodies are made of energy. And depending on your state of mind, your state of being, that's the energy you're exuding out or spewing out into the world. So what do you want your energy to be? Do you want it to be energy of love, of kindness, truly of God? Or do you want that energy to be self-seeking, egotistical, narcissistic, self-seeking, I think is really the word I want to use. Like, it is a self-seeking energy that most people carry around in the world today. And it's sad. It breaks my heart to actually see how people treat each other. In my new role now, I'm commuting to work again. And the level of rudeness that I find on the road is like, it's incredible. I always thank someone if I change lanes, always. I never not do that, because that's the ripple effect that I want to send out. So I need you, I implore you today to ask yourself, what is the ripple effect that you send out in the world? And be honest with yourself. Be very, very honest with yourself. Because if your ripple is not kind, if it's not loving, if it's not respectful to your fellow brothers and sisters of the world, because we are all connected, whether you want to hear that or not, we are all connected. We all come from the same source. Doesn't matter what you call it, it's the same energy. God, Allah, I don't know all of them, but you get the point. We are all one. So these are your brothers and sisters out there that you're treating terribly. And would you actually do that to your own family? Probably not. I mean, maybe some people will if they don't get along. But the truth is, I think the point of all of this is, how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to show up in the world? And how do you want to leave this world? Think about that. Do you want to leave this world, and can you look back on your life and honestly say, I was a good person, I was of service to the world, I was of service to God, higher power, creator, Allah, whatever you want to call it. I want to be able to walk out of this meat suit, this body, knowing that I fulfilled my purpose, that I served humanity well, that I was a beacon of hope, of light, of love for my fellow brothers and sisters around the world. That's my mission. That's why I started this channel, was because God knew the world needed uplifting. The world needed positive speakers like myself and other people on YouTube that are uplifting the world right now, that are sharing messages of hope. And this message, when I've rewatched this near-death experience so many times on YouTube, because it really resonated with me. I am the rock. The rock is of the light. The light is in me and God is with me. I have chills right now as I actually just said that again. Like, what a powerful, powerful message to know that God is asking you today, how do you want your ripple to affect the world? What kind of rocks are you throwing into that ocean? And I guide you, go watch that near death experience. I can't remember the name of the channel now that I watch them on, but I'm sure if you Google it, it will come up. I mean, I Googled that phrase or saying that she spoke about, that quote, and I was easily able to find her story. So let me see. Do I feel like I want to do some cards today? You know what? I'm actually going to just do messages from your angels, because that just, I don't know, feels fitting this morning. So thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this beautiful message that you brought through this morning. I am so grateful that I was able to bring this message forth. Is there anything else additionally through these beautiful angel cards that you would like this collective, the ones guided to this reading, is there anything further that you want them to know? Okay, card fell on the floor. Excuse me one moment. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, we had like cards flying out. Oh, interesting. Okay, these cards came out last time too. Caressa. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. What a beautiful message. Patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. How beautiful. So yeah, I feel like the people that are going to be guided to this are the ones that are sort of on that spiritual path. And hey, there might be ones just starting again that might get triggered by my message because they're not there yet and they're not ready to look at themselves, and that's okay. And maybe one day they will. Ray is the next one. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth. Right. Oh, wait. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. I read that wrong. I didn't know if I showed it to you. And the last card out is Sonia. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. What a beautiful closing message. Yeah, I hope that this resonates with somebody. I hope that these closing messages resonate with you. I hope that you go out in the world today and the ripple that you send out into that ocean of mankind is one of love, kindness, respect for your fellow brothers and sisters. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.